It's Corey Hunt, professional firearms instructor, and it's late in the evening. I'm making this video because I've had a multitude of people contact me through my website and my social media and asking me a question in terms of how do I feel or what do I think about constitutional carry in North Carolina. In my years as a trainer, being pro 2A and very for individuals carrying firearms, I'm absolutely against it. I'm absolutely against it for a multitude of reasons. In my time as an instructor, I have met a bunch of people who come in seeking out training, and I have seen how little information and little training and little actual firsthand experience the average person has with firearms. Eliminating a process for a permit which provides training to you does nothing but increase that likelihood of that person not knowing what they're doing with a firearm. When you have no permit to carry concealed, you now have less motivation to seek out accurate, productive, qualified training. I've taught a lot of people who have taken the gun class or gun lesson from an uncle or a boyfriend, and with their knowledge being very limited, they didn't realize the person who was showing them things about guns was showing them things incorrectly. Not having a process that provides training and a mechanism to show that you've shown and understood what you've learned just makes it a more dangerous environment in the streets. Another thing is the sheer act of purchasing a firearm does not make you an expert with it. There are a lot of people who already will take a firearm, put it in a holster and put it on their hip. They never practice with it. They've never cleaned it. They've never done anything productive with that firearm except for have it on them. And they're actually more of a danger to themselves. I've encountered this numerous times while performing instruction, and I have tried to do my very best to give accurate, good information and good training to these individuals. I've always tried to make sure a person left my class and they felt confident in handling their firearm, and not only handling it, but understanding and respecting the firearm. When you have no training, put no effort into it, you don't have that respect for the firearm. Lack of respect for a firearm leads to accidents and injuries, negligent discharges, and just a whole assortment of negative issues that you're going to have to deal with. Another reason why I'm firmly against taking away the concealed carry mechanism, going through the training, having a certification, is that one, there's no way to protect yourself legally if you're not aware of the law. If you've never heard the statement, ignorance of the law is no defense, it truly isn't. You don't want to be in a bind in a situation where you could have learned and understood what the law stated and you chose to bypass that because you didn't have to. And that's what's going to be an effect of having a legislational act of no requirement for concealed carry. The training is important. The training system is very good. It's helped a whole lot of people. When I conduct training, I've had students have what I call aha moments. There are a lot of people giving out negative or dangerous information, or misinformation rather, and they're not doing justice to those people who don't know any better. The training mechanism, being able to seek out an active professional trainer who can give you their wealth of knowledge, their wealth of experience, and break down the laws to you and how they would affect you in your everyday life. A person needs to know where I can and cannot carry a firearm, when I can use my firearm in self-defense and when I cannot. What to do when a situation happens where it might be, I started out as just a mutual fist fight, but it does turn deadly in nature. Not having a training mechanism involved is going to just set a lot of people up to take a bad fall. I wish more people understood this. It's not just about having a gun. You have to respect the firearm, know how to utilize it, how to maintain the firearm, and just have your good due diligence in making sure you're putting in the effort to knowing what you're doing and the responsibility you have when you tuck that firearm into your hip. Lastly, I believe that you're eliminating a very quality vetting process. The way things are set up with our system now, based off of certain charges, you would automatically be eliminated from carrying concealed based off of your criminal history. I think that's a good thing. Now, does that permit always stop criminals? Not necessarily, but every additional step that does deter some people is a good thing. Taking those away is a bad thing. Now, I know there are some people who especially know me, follow me on social media. They go, well, you just don't want somebody to stop being able to sign up for your classes. That's not the case. There's a multitude of things, multitude of trainings I can offer for a variety of firearms. I just have faith and belief in the concealed carry system in North Carolina. I do not agree with constitutional carry. I believe the system is good as it is. I'm not one for a whole lot of gun control, but I'm definitely for gun training. You must be trained and educated, and you must develop that respect for the firearm. Those who do not respect firearms are bound for self-destruction, and in worst case scenarios, the destruction of others. Keep a training system and an educational system in place. It is very important. Knowing the law, knowing what is required of you, knowing the level of accountability you're going to be held to is a key factor in making sure that people make better decisions. Another thing is when you take away the training aspect and an instructor who's going to hammer home how serious the aftermath of a self-defense shooting could possibly be, you take away the good decision-making process that a person may have who has training. When I was a younger man, I used to do nightclub security, strip club security, and my inkling and my training was always to throw the first punch. I wanted to go ahead and get that tactical advantage in that situation. Now you're going to have somebody with a firearm who does not have the training and understanding to know I need to respect the power that I have in my hand, and I need to make choices sometimes. The choice may not always be to shoot. Maybe I just need to diffuse the situation or walk away because I'm well aware of the power that I have to take a human life. You take this away when there's no process, no motivation to be trained, or no need to seek it out. I'm giving this opinion because I think it needs to be out there. A lot of people are out there with a lot of misinformation, and by all means, feel free to respond, leave comments. I can be reached on all social media platforms. Look for Hunttactical, hunttactical.com, Hunttactical on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm everywhere. By all means, please leave me your responses and tell me what you think.